We 3-bet him and he snap 4-bet us, and we called the 4-bet, and now this is the flop. When we flop a king or a queen, we're not going anywhere. So, take that one down. Quick 200. Starting this session off here, November 19th. We have him labeled green. That's why we called his 4-bet. Otherwise, we're probably folding king queen offsuit. But he gave us his money real quick. We'll just put this in up here. And we're ahead up here. Take that one down. Good start. Trying to get on some more tables here for you guys. Just realized that that's an Omaha table. I thought it was on 3 hold'ems, but again, we're trying to get more tables going here. It's just taking forever. Stars is brutal. This guy 3-bets us again. We have an ace. We'll just call. Again, I'm not folding to this guy. Like, if he's got a better ace, so be it. But we just saw him put 9s in with a 4-bet. He's checking to us now. And I'm going to bet really small and try and induce a re-raise. And he had queen 3. Raising this, ace, we have the nut flush and the clubs, the 10, 7, 3. The nut flush draw, rather, with the hearts. Double suited. Some straight potential, some flush potential. He just calls. We flop top 2. Just going to be getting this in now. He is, oh wow, he turns a 6. That's so gross. He turns a 6 twice. No, you didn't. Oh my god. That is ridiculous. Oh, fuck. Wow. 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 Mind blowing. That's how we run. All right. It's getting spicy here. Let's see if there is justice in this world. Let's see if there's any justice. We'll call. Okay. That could be justice. We have a pair and the nut flush draw. And we're probably at least 50% to win this hand. Clubs. Clubs come in. And he gets the second one. No justice on the second run. Sorry, I was just recording something else on the side there. We have top pair here. He re-raises us. I think we just put it in just because he's such a maniac. Like, I'm not crazy about it, but we have top pair. We're just going to put it in here. And he folds. Sorry for that downtime there. We were just recording that Omaha hand so we can throw it up on the TikTok. And now we have aces here. This poor guy is just running into it now. Calls. Start with a small bet. Maybe he'll re-raise us. He just calls. And I think now we can just shovel it. Hopefully he doesn't have a flush. But knowing us and the way we run, he probably just does have a flush. Nope. Send that. Just have it. Just have it. We'll run this video here for about half an hour. Going to be c-betting on this board. He's going to have similar hands to what I have and some ace-x suiteds and stuff like that. He'll have some smaller pairs that we're going to have overcards to, and then he'll have some like ace-10s and ace-jacks and stuff like that. Some king-jacks and some king-10 suiteds and stuff like that. So we're ahead of all that, and we can still get better hands to fold, like middling pairs. And we have decent equity against them. Still somewhat decent anyway with 2 overcards. Now we can just give up. Have that. Have that. Check. That was a quick check, and that was a quick snapback check. We do have a gutter now to go with it. I expect to have to barrel maybe twice, though, as long as the river doesn't come a diamond. So I'm going to pot here as a bluff. And then if the river's not a diamond, because a lot of these guys may call with like ace-x of diamonds. If it's not a diamond, then I'll barrel again. And it's not a diamond, so I'm going to barrel again here. And we do get that through. All heart, baby. All heart. 6 is here. We flop a gutter. Start with a small 1/3 bet. We can still hit a 5, and we do. Pretty lucky. Again, we'll just go 1/3 here, trying to do some kind of a raise out of him if possible. And he does raise. Question is, do we put it in now, or do we risk like a 9 or a 6? Like a 6 would be ugly. A 6 of spades would be the ugliest card in the deck. But a spade would be pretty ugly, and I think he's going to have some 2 pairs here. He may be trying to rep a 6. Yeah, maybe we just call and let him continue bluffing, as long as it's not a spade or a 6. 9's not a horrible card. I think he'll continue bluffing, though, if he was bluffing. And I'm hoping it's just not Jack 10 of spades or something like that. That would be pretty gross. Nice. So we entice the bluff. We allow him to keep bluffing. If we ship that turn, he's definitely folding that hand. So we get the maximum out of him there. Going to work on these guys. Going to work. Trying to get more tables. Oh. I think we got one. Yep. And we might have another. Here we go. All right, we're up to 6. We're up to 6, so we're going to start seeing some hands. And this is the same guy that we stacked on the other table. This guy's a fish for sure. Who else? Who else we got here? This guy's a fish. Label him green. So these are the guys that we're going to target. Right, we're going to try and play as many hands against them as possible. And then versus the guys labeled red or unknown, we're just going to be playing pretty much straight GTO. And then we're going to deviate versus the other guys from GTO. We'll let this guy bluff. It looks like he's pretty eager to win a hand. He doesn't. Now we'll just continue betting, and we'll just bet twice, I think. I am going to just call here, and then I'll go for like a pot-sized river bet. He checks. Here we go. At least now we know we're not running into an ace-high flush. when we play it that way. I mean, odds are an ace-high flush doesn't bet 3 into whatever it was there, but I still don't want to raise and then like risk getting re-raised back with a king-high flush. That'd be pretty ugly. Raising this versus our boy T-Jam, who we just bluffed off that last hand. Calls, and we flop the Stone Cold Nuts. Hilarious. Start with a 1/3 bet. And he folds. Too bad. I mean, we could check there too, but I don't know. If he's got clubs, he may just rip it. And we have to start building the pot. Folding. Folding. Queen 6 will complete. We're suited. Flop a flush draw. He's going to have a lot of aces in his range, but then he's going to have all the pocket pairs too, like 9s through kings. Some king queens, some queen jack suiteds, but it can't be queen jack suited of spades because we have the queen of spades. Now we'll just start betting. We'll start small. I doubt he's going to continue with anything. It looks like he's just giving up. But he does call one. And I suppose he can have like king queen with the king of spades. So I think the play now is going to be an overbet and then a fold to a shove. At least with the overbet, he can still call with the jack of spades and like the 9 of spades. But yeah, it's very difficult for him to be bluffing here into an overbet without the king. So it's safe for us, I think, to just overbet fold there. And we still may get called by any one spade. Could also bet like half pot or 3/4 pot, but I like to go for extra value in spots where I think a guy may make a stupid call. Essentially, he's labeled green, so I don't know. Like I said, we're gonna deviate from GTO against those types of players. Here, if he checks back this flop, I'm gonna be leading. Now I'm just folding. I'd be leading turn, rather. I meant to say. Pocket kings on the button here, middle. Versus beer. Okay. Isolating our boy here, who we've been multiple hands against the past little while. Betting big here with the kings, going to be getting it in. We don't have a king of clubs, so I'm not crazy about peeling if he decides to raise. I'd rather just back raise. Again, I'm going to bet 1/3 here and then just fold to any kind of resistance. We still have backdoor flush and straight draw potential, but the 1/3 gets through. And it's nice to know that when we flopped the boat with him before with the queen, queen, deuce, that he folded to a 1/3. So we know that that's going to work a little more often too versus that type of a player. Opening this. Flush draw, top pair. Start with a call. It's not a strong flush draw, and sorry, we have top 2 pair. And now that he checks, we'll just start hammering. Checking back here versus good player. River the ace, probably have the best hand now. I'm assuming he has a king jack or king queen. So I'm gonna bet small enough to get called by king jack or king queen on this river. Ace deuce. fives, just folding now. And folding that. And this is on the fringe. I am going to just flat here because I want this guy to come in behind me. So typically I don't flat out of the small blind. I make fun of people who do it all the time. But I do want this guy to just join us in this hand. And he does. So now we have a straight draw. Calling with ace-9 here. Small blind versus big blind. And I'm not going to be raising this simply because we have the ace of hearts. So I'm just going to flat if he bets, which he probably will. And he checks. Start with a 1/3 bet. And I'm going to call 1 here with the fives. And he calls behind. Checking. So if this guy doesn't have an ace now, I expect him to snap check back on this turn. He might have just been c-betting into 2 players and trying to rep an ace. But now that he is betting, it's pretty safe to say he's probably got a strong ace. So we'll just fold that now. Folding this, the 3-4. Gonna be too many ugly turn cards. We're out of position. It's just we're gonna have better spots. Again on this board here now with the 3-bet, we don't have to go too big at all. If he's got an ace, he's continuing. If he's got a queen, he's continuing. And then everything else is just gonna fold probably. So we'll just bet super small here. We're gonna be doing this with our ace kings, our ace queens as well. The fact that he calls shows that he probably has an ace or some kind of a flush draw, so I'm going to check back. I suppose he can have some king jacks and king tens and some spades in here too. So depending on his sizing on this river, if he decides to lead out, I may call. And he doesn't. So it's looking like a weak ace. Perhaps just king 10, king jack, or brick spades. Sevens is definitely a hand that he can have too. He's got a wide range of hands that are probably calling that flop. I mean, I'm surprised sevens calls. I don't know what turn cards he's gonna like that he can continue on other than a 7 itself. So I don't know why he's calling there, but I guess I bet small enough that he called with 2 sevens. So I'm not complaining. Open this. Folding 9-6. We have a gutter to the nut. We know these guys, or this guy for sure folds to 1/3 bet. And we do have a backdoor flush draw as well. And we can also hit a jack, which might give us the best hand. So I'm going to just bet 1/3 here to try to win it right now. And we do draw to the nut. So I wouldn't even mind calling a raise. But not from this guy for that amount. That's too big of a raise. So you can have that one. If you went like 12 or something, I'd probably call. We flop a boat down here. First spot. I'm going to start with a 1 big blind bet and try to induce a raise. He just calls. We can try the same thing again, but honestly, we just need to start building this pot. So I'm going to go 1/3 now. And he does call. Okay. So maybe he does have a king. Or maybe he has backdoor clubs. Oh, and he comes out barreling. Barreling Monroe. I think now we just tank and then shove. Or do we go 50? No, I think we shove. I think we just shove. Call it. Call it. You know what? I wouldn't have shoved if he didn't go pot, but the fact that he went pot made me think he was real strong. And if he was bluffing, he's not calling anything anyway. So I might as well target his like super nutted range. Try to get paid. Flop a 5 here. I'm going to be check raising this. I'm also going to be check raising sets and 2 pairs here. But I like working in a little protection raise here with my middling pairs that I know are just going to be so garbage by the river. Like, what card on this turn am I going to like? Right? Like, other than a king or a 5? None. I'm not going to like any of these cards. So I'd rather just win this hand right here, right now, if I'm good. If not, and he calls, then we're giving up. We're not putting another dollar in the pot. But at least we know where we're at. And he does call. So now we're just going to check, basically give up. Like, I don't know what he's calling here that isn't a 10 or a set or 2 pair or 6, 7, right? Like, those are all calling. I'm going to size down up here on this turn. We can have some kings. He's going to have some queen 10s. And he's going to have some king jacks. But then he's going to have, like, pocket 10s, pocket 8s, and all that stuff. And then I'm going to be checking back that river. And I'm folding here now with the king 5. So, checking back this river, and I suppose he can have some king queens and stuff too that we're losing to. And he does have a 9. Holy. You don't lead that river? God, these guys miss bets. These guys miss lots of bets. Ace 9, 3 betting here. Flop an ace, and I'm going to protect my range for when I don't have an ace. Like, I do this with my weak aces. I'll protect. Because a lot of the time here, I'm not going to have an ace at all. And I'll have like 2 queens or 2 jacks or something, and I just want to go into check call mode. So to protect my bigger pairs, I'll sometimes throw in some checks with some weak aces. And I'm going to check again here. I think we're just way ahead of him or way behind. And it's going to be hard for him to give us credit for an ace now when the second one peels and we didn't bet it on the turn or the flop. So I think now we just bet and try to get called by like a middling pair of 7s or something. I guess you can have 6s through, and here he shoves. I mean, does he have ace 5 here? Is that the grossest thing imaginable, or 2 4s? I literally want to fold this. This is wild. You're telling me you have ace 5. That's what he's telling me. That's what he's telling me. Checked ace 5 twice? No way. Did you? Or 4s. You might have checked pocket 4s twice. Chop it up. That happened to me the other day, by the way. That's why I feel the burn there. I was in that exact scenario the other day, and they had the one bigger full house. So we both check the ace on the flop and turn. All right, I'm gonna give you a label, my good sir, and you have earned an orange label, which means you are somewhat good and deceptive. So note taken. Opening this. Again, Omaha is not our specialty, but we do splash around and we do all right. We do all right. I mean, we probably get destroyed by some of the pros out there, but I mean, we would 100% get destroyed by the pros out there, but we do hold our own in these games, particularly. I'm gonna call versus Tam. He's short stack, and he's gonna be making some bad decisions. Like, if we flop, I mean, on this board, it's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, if we flop like 2 pair and he's got aces, like he's never folding with that stack size. So, gonna raise here with 4s versus this guy. We've been in some battles, him and I. And I do want to isolate him a little bit here, and we got a caller on line 1 here behind us. And now I expect a 4-bet out of an under the gun open here for the most part. I mean, he should be 4-betting this almost always. He doesn't. So what doesn't 4-bet? Like 9s, 10s, all that doesn't 4-bet. And then what just flats? Like, could be king queen, could be ace queen. So I think a half size pot size bet here could win it from both of these guys. And if we get looked up here behind us, we know we're beat. Yeah. We're beat. Can still hit a 4, though. Oh, we got 2 callers. Okay. That looks like... That screams set to me. Could be 2 6s. Just giving up on this hand now. This guy's going to hammer. Yeah, see? And this guy's probably not going anywhere, I would say. He's trying to like make it look like he's got a decision to make so he can invite me into the hand. See? I would say he's got 2 6s here. And this guy probably just has like King Jack or something. We're going to see, though. We are going to see. Checking back that. Queens versus 6s. So we were right about him having 6s. We nailed that one. Queens, look, that's why we got him labeled green, guys. That's why. Okay, so we're going to see what this guy is all about here. Heads up. Ryan Mahoney. Seems to be a decent player. But we are about to find out. And he folds. Starts with a fold. Okay, 4s. Again, we're deep. We're going to do this again. 4s, we're going to just... We want to build a pot in position. All right, give me the money. Give it to me. Domino. Domino means give me in Italian, by the way. Yes, I am Italian. Full Italian. Full Italian, but I'm really just Canadian. Barely speak the language. I know it's embarrassing. I was born and raised here in Canada. That was back when it was a good country before Justin Trudeau took over. Probably going to have my channel completely removed for saying that. Calling here with Queen 10. Now I'm snap folding on that board. No, thank you. Opening this. And we'll go for 3 more minutes and then we'll wrap this video up. Yeah, he 3-bets us again. Folding. This guy's showing some promise. Showing like he's got some skill. Ryan Mahone. I like it. I like it. 1 in Dunning for 1/3. We have some backdoor straights and we can just win right now as well. We have some backdoor flush draws too. In Omaha, the backdoors are a huge deal. Start with a 1 big blind bet here. I can get called by a 6. I can get called by a 5. And I'm going to blocker value again for 1. And he probably he raises me. All right, I'm going to call. And we take that down. he min raises me with king high. It's funny. It's funny. I don't know. It's funny to me. Maluno is just a bluffer. This is the guy we stacked when we first started the session. So we're not really... We don't have to do anything fancy against him. We just got to make a hand and put it in because he will destroy himself. I'm just going to bet here with King Queen. We have the King of Clubs as well, which is somewhat protecting. Potting that. Not a good flop here. Checking with at the Omaha table. And then this Epion 4-bets us. All right, we're calling. I'm going to set mine here. 10. Uh-oh. That's a board that'll get us into trouble. But we are going to take him all the way. We're going to take him as far as we can to make him tell the truth. And if that means we got to pay for it, so be it. I'm going to make him tell the truth here. I'm going to make him tell the truth. 7. He should go to like 21 here, or like 19 if he wants me in. Okay, he checks. Interesting. I'm checking though. I'm not taking the bait. Oh no. Oh no, now we lose to everything, even bluffs, because he's going to use this as a bluff some of the time too, and we're just not going to be able to do shit. However, if he has anything like kings or queens, he may hate that card too. But a bet is, ugh, that's gross. Now you can have it. Now you can have it. The card's too ugly for me. I feel like he was going for a shove, a check shove on the turn anyway, to be honest. I think we were just beat the whole way. That river might have saved us a whole stack. Queen 8. We can hit a 9. We can hit a king. We can hit a club. So let's go for it. We have decent equity. We block the straight. And we hit the king, but there's a boat out there, so I'm just going to check call now. And he pots. Not crazy about it. Not crazy about it. I mean, boat's definitely just flat this turn. Not crazy about it. And we block the clubs. We block the straights. Alright, call. Oh boy. What a card for you, my friend. Guy hits one of the 2 kings left in the deck to give me the nut straight. What a card for you. I mean, talking through that hand, we know that that's a fold. Like, you heard everything I was saying, so you would think that I was leading myself to a fold, but, you know, sometimes you get sticky. Folding here. Calling 1, 10-8. Not putting another dollar in the pot now, though. Have it. All right. For 3-betting, getting this in if he 4-bets us. No, he just folds. And I'm going to wrap this session up, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Please follow, subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know which hand you think I played like absolute trash. And if you want to let me know that I played a hand good, feel free to do that too. However, I like the criticism, so don't hold back. If you see something that you think is a bad play, call it out. We want to hear it. Anyway, guys, take care. We'll see you later.